Morta is just like, it's also very strong with CM, like, by the way. Like, these are two really strong laning supports or carries that you could pick with the CM that are quite good. And yeah, you have the option as a Morta against Ursa to just press R when he presses Enrage, right? So you have that way of kind of just kiting him out a little bit. You have the ability to do damage through Cold Embrace with your magic damage on Morta, so you can always have the option of focusing targets down. It's just a pretty decent Morta game. I do like the options they did. The only question I'm going to have, though, is this Pudge going to do well enough in the mid lane? I'm going to keep a very close eye on it, because it's going to be very important that they didn't waste this last pick here. Because I feel like Pudge would have destroyed top lane, and whatever they last pick for mid had to address this Ember.
Is it spring already?
And this is a very creative smoke. I'm not sure
what's going on.
Creativity points for sure, but like, I mean, if you die to this, like, there's no way you see this coming, right? There's just no way.
This is a very interesting angle, and it's gonna be okay by the looks of it. Dire kind of doing their own as well, honestly. Not as creative with going, you know, around the Roche Pit through the portal, but very long route.
The battle begins.
All right.
Okay, so.
Uh-oh. Morta may have got greedy. Ah, the Brambles. Not enough.
All right, let's get ourselves on the wake here. So, no first bloods. Tally being a bit of a nuisance to Lumiere. Of course, ex-teammates as well from the old Alliance Lardum and Okori roster. Tally was even on that team as well with Lumiere and Gardic.
And already, like, they have pushed Lumiere pretty far back here, and he's going to miss just one creep for now, but take a little bit of damage. And now, with that wave block that they did, it's going to be a little more difficult to get to the equilibrium on your side. So if they can hold the wave here, Hoodwink can do her thing. And that is win the trades on the side lane, especially if you go for this facet here. What is it called? Tree bounce trick shot. That's a mouthful.
Top lane, even Yannick as well is taking a lot of damage here with the Dark Willow, but we'll be fine. So looks like we're going to have a big battle in the side lanes, and you were speaking about mid as well. Pudge.
Oh, they're going Lumiere.
Okay, Lumiere.
One more
Able
click.
to bring him down. One more right click. They got him. Elmisha is going to be able to find first blood. Gardic might be able to get some revenge, but not enough to tick him out with the Arctic Burn just expiring.
Yeah, he has a salve on Courier coming to him as well, so he's going to get back full HP. Now, while this is set up because of that early creep block that they did to get the lane equilibrium on their side of the map there, so Ursa did not feel a little bit safe out there. And Pudge actually just hit a hook on the mid lane there, okay. It looked cooler than what it actually was, because we ended up dodging a couple of the right clicks from the tower with the slight. I'm almost certain.
Top lane as well, actually a dead shot onto the Centaur, and kill for Beast Coast in this lane.
Laning stage going pretty good.
Going very well. One thing I'm just recognizing as well, there was another member on that Hokori team being Elmisha for a little bit. So it's two ex-Hokori members versus two other ones. So on some new rosters. See how it's going to work out. I do want to speak about the Pudge. Like, what's the go with the facet? Is this the one you always go for? I've seen a couple of the other one with the hook speed or whatever, the flayers hook.
Yeah.
How do we feel about this being like a mid Pudge?
Well, I think I had some like criticisms about like some facets and whatnot, but I think Pudge is like the real breadwinner of getting usable facets. Both of them are usable. So the one he has right now is really good for core Pudge, and the other facet is more of like a support Pudge one, because it makes your hook right? Faster and more damage on the more distance it travels. So core pudge, generally speaking, you're just gonna be in their face, right? You're gonna be tanky, you're gonna buy ags. You're not gonna get a lot of distance on your beat hook. Or this one, it just gives you, for the duration of your dismember, bonus strength, right? And a little linger effect afterwards too. So you just get even more tanky. So to answer your question, this is definitely the facet for core pudge, and the other one's for support pudge. And I kind of like what he's doing with this hook here. Like, he's just hooking the big camp over and over again, because hook does one-shot creeps. So he's not really trying to win the lane by going meat shield and just like trading with Ember. He's just like trying to outfarm, which means Ember is also going to have a free farm game too. I don't know how much I like this, but at least he's using the hook to some degree.
And is that going to be a concern? Like, how good of a game does it look for the Ember? If he has a free lane and is able to get some early game items, can he have a lot of impact in this game for Infinity?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, Ember's just a strong hero in general when he gets farmed. You do have a lot of stuns and silences on Beast Coast, so it's not like completely free
Forcing
lane.
the tree. Oh, the bushwhack. No way. How did that clip? Just on the edge. Cold Embrace is going to be there, but of course it sets up for the spear. A lot of HP regen return from Lumi. He's just going to be forced to try and get as much damage out before his death, but they might turn to guarding now. Bushwhack is back up. They've got another round of the Akon shot. This is going to be a double kill for Beast Coast, and this bottom lane's going really well, and we saw previously top they were able to get a kill as well, so both side lanes from Beast Coast off to a great start.
Yeah, they're doing great, and I don't know what the plan is here for Genek to try and kill Pudge, but if he's not careful, he's gonna die. As Hook is up. No.
Do it.
He thought about it.
Disappointed. I was expecting the blind hook. He's got blade mail queued up. Okay. He's gonna be able to get that at an okay timing.
Just gonna eat
They are
him.
coming on mid lane though. Almisha already level 6. Sorry, Pudge, not Almisha.
I don't know. Like, this Pudge just like, it's interesting. It makes me feel like they just really wanted to have a Morta in this game more than counter, because like I don't see the vision of like how he's supposed to win mid with this build and the way he's kind of playing it. He's kind of just playing like a random Pudge mid. I'm also like, Blade Mill's not really a
Lane,
normal
Centaur.
item.
Instead shot back into the calling. Ano should be able to secure the kill. Another round of the Frostbite from Moose. Returns a bit frustrating, but I don't think it's going to matter in the end. A bottom lane as well. Is Gardic in trouble? Spear's going to be back up from Vitali. It's like Gardic 2 points of the Cold Embrace. Very unusual, but specific for the lane. Feeling that extra level is required for the spam.
And Ursa just now is bringing out a range drop here, an item you almost always need against Mars. Probably why his laning stage was a little bit more difficult, because he did get those treads out now as well. Not having the best laning stage here as the Ursa. I mean, he's farming okay, but not like the Ursa we saw in the last game with total free farm. He's gonna have to work for every single CS he wants to get in this lane.
Maybe we can see PP look to start to influence some of the side lanes. Do you feel like there is one that is a little bit easier for him to gank, or is that even on his mind at the moment? Does he want to play a bit for himself?
Well, he's answering your question right now, and he's heading to the top lane. I mean, Morta's not level 6 yet, so I think that could be a very good opportunity. But he's just leaving a remnant there for now. Gonna walk back mid lane, clean up this wave here, and then maybe he cleans out this wave and they go. They're TPing. Oh, now he has no TP. But he could do like 500 IQ plays now, like no TP, clear mid wave, and then use the remnant top, and that's just too much to track maybe for the other team.
I think they saw with the creep, so it was a ping came out onto the remnant, so Lumpy's going to be able to connect onto the Winter Wyvern. PP just has to stand idly by and watch as Lumpy get his first flesh heap stack of the game.
And the remnant just expired, so Even if he wanted to, he could not take advantage of that. And it looks like they're walking top again, just for some warding. A lot of sightseeing here for this Ember Spirit, but not too much action.
Is his punch killable?
Chains
He's
missed.
used the meat shield pretty early on, and looks like Lumpy's going to be okay. They'll even get a TP in from El Misho. Pump fake. Off the mark. And we might see an arena out from Vertalion. That'll be the case. So, first one of the games going to reward them another kill onto Gardic. This will be the third death for the Winter Wyvern early. Moose on some gold. He'll take the kill. They are rotating though. PP with the Arcane Rune's going to run into El Misho.
It's their first kill of the game.
He's going to be able to find something. There we
There you
go.
go.
Nicely done. First kill. And really importantly, Genic is a decent level here from the Dark Below, so you're going to need that level 6 to be able to pump the extra damage into the Ember, because PP needs to be active with the supports, because his bottom lane, you've already shoved Lumi into the jungle, and now you're going to lose another support and give another stack over to Lumpy as well.
The infinite scaling. It's the name of the game. So many heroes have like, with the new patch, have like infinite scaling now. It's quite interesting. I mean, Pudge always has had it, but just notice a trend that more and more heroes are getting more abilities to scale and snowball games really hard. And Pudge is definitely one of those heroes. Like, if he gets off to a good start and starts getting a lot of strength under his belt, he becomes this very tanky and annoying hero to play against.
Oz? This is a big one if they're going to be able to get it, but the rest of the team on Beast Coast are nearby to offer that assistance. And they're actually going to be lacking the damage onto Vitali. They're in trouble now. I mean, Arena up in 15
Moose is just
seconds.
dead to the
People
tower?
under the tower. Moose might die. It's going to be fine. Lumpy's going to get the tower to stop some extra rotations to come through, but Infinity, they will leave the area. Are they going to be able to do it fast enough? Because El Misho stalking their prey. They'll be able to cut off Genic, and he is stuck here. No teleport. Are they going to hunt him, though? Oh, okay.
I'll just back out.
Top lane, Lumpy. Okay, stunned the Stampede away.
There's a lot of moving around this game, but not a lot of
Yeah.
connections for these mid laners here. But they're still just making the space, right? Making sure their carries are able to just farm the map as much as they possibly can. The Ursa and Centaur falling a little bit behind. Most of the deficit in this game is from them being behind their counterparts a little bit. Oh, and the Ursa just lost his Knoll, what do you want to call them? Sad days.
Oh, it's... I'm trying to see, where is his net worth lead? I guess the supports have it, and Weta as well. Farming
this
really well
Crystal
at the
Maiden
moment here.
is very farmed.
Yeah.
And then, like, yeah, you got like an 800 net worth advantage on Lorta over Centaur. And then Mars also sitting about 800 net worth above the Ursa, so that'll do it.
What do you do? What do you do if you're Infinity? I mean, 8-1, 3,000 deficit. We've seen they've been trying to make some moves, but hasn't really converted with PP early. How do you kind of stabilize this game and make sure it doesn't get out of control?
Well, I think the game's fine right now. Just try to, in all technicality, just bait them into. Like, I don't think you can make any aggressive moves right now. Not until you you have a blink on Centaur. Your supports have some more levels, right? But you can, however, bait heroes and counterattack them. So that's what I'd like to see them do. Keep farming, and then as Beast Coast runs into you, then those are the fights you should probably want to take.
As soon as you say that, they're going to smoke us too. Kenny. Try and play together. Look to try and go with Arcano. Arcano, sorry.
I mean, we do have the ult available, but we also have ultimate available on the Morta. And Morta, she's very patient. She will wait to use her ult until chains have been casted, as it does apply a basic dispel. So get out of jail free.
That's all. Run straight into them. Let's see if they're going to have enough AoE damage, though. Ticking down,
He's
even
dead.
the Pierce gets the kill, though. Oh my god, another
And the
one.
Rhea?
Is she going to live? They'll try and play around with the Terrorize. Vitali lands his spear where Moose has got the Freezing Field lined up for the damage, and Muerta still lives through it all. I mean, the hook from Lumpy to get her to safety. Great reactions out of Beast Coast. I mean, instantly there with the teleports.
I mean, from our perspective, it was completely different than their perspective, right? Because you see this hook come out, it saves the Muerta, but then the arena is also perfectly placed, and you have to keep in mind, he does have the facet. That means you can't see out of this arena once you're in it. So they were completely blinded to where this Muerta was positioning after that. And that was just like perfect execution. Like they couldn't have played that any better. It was like the perfect hook into like the perfect arena. And both of those had to happen to save that Muerta's life.
Dire's middle tower is under
Uzi's already set up to steal the Wisdom Room as well. So
Yikes.
good to great.
Yeah,
Level 8 on the Crystal Maiden.
this game is getting out of control really quick. Like, that was really a Hail Mary play they did on the Muerta there. There's a chance it could have worked, right? And then it would have been good, but when you're behind and you do something like that and it goes poorly, it just catapults the game into the opposite direction. And at least they will at least get marks. They'll do that. So that is something. And they only brought 3 heroes forward. Not bad.
And Lumia was kind of farming nearby, so we'll continue. That's Battle Fury now completed. All things considering, not the worst Battle Fury timing. So really the important thing is like how long is he going to be able to get towards his next item and really get full usage out of the Battle Fury.
Yeah, I mean, the timing's fine. This is like, I'd even say this is a pretty good if he has it completed right now. It's on the courier. It'll be by him by 15 minutes. It's not good. It's like an average Battle Fury timing. So he's okay with that. Like, if you get your Battle Fury around 16, 17 minutes, then it's kind of like things have went really bad. 15 minutes is still in the realm where everything's fine.
To compare that to his counterpart, are we saying Peak? How are we calling this Muerta?
I don't know.
Give me your best. I don't know either.
Pike?
Pike?
I don't know. Pike?
Pike?
Pike? We're probably both
Pike?
really wrong, and it's like,
That's true.
it's probably
You know what?
way
You know
off.
what I know? I know the hero they're playing. It's Muerta.
Yeah.
Muerta. You know Muerta? Maelstrom, so it's your farming accelerant. You got Dragonlance as well. Actually going to be going for the Gleipnir here.
Yeah, Gleipnir's really good this game. I would say it'd be very beneficial if he wants to go Pike as well. Just because if Ursa does get on top of you, piking and Ursa backwards is always really good. So at some point, I think she'll look to pick it up because she did go for that early Dragonlance. Not too much more of a commitment to be able to get that. Oh, here we go. We're going to watch this again. I mean, he uses the ulti to take off the roots there. Unfortunately, runs back into another root, but maybe it's all part of his master plan as this hook comes in with the perfect arena. Like, you literally can't cast your spells better than that. That was absolute perfect spell casting. And he even gets the dead shot off there to finish off the Dark Willow. Really well played there by the side of beastcoast.
Yeah, spear over to the right side of the wall where the Crystal Maiden had the ultimate going. And let's see if they're going to be able to continue with that spell casting. 5,000 net worth lead in prime position here is Beast Coast.
Centaur permanently gains 35 health every 2 minutes. Infinite scaling.
You saying this is not a fan of this one?
Well, I mean, I don't mind it. They actually had to nerf it recently. It was 40. Like, Centaur gets too tanky. But he's not tanky right now, that's for sure.
No, not at all. Italian Lumpy going to be able to add another stack of Flesh Sheep as the infinite scaling will continue, and that is the 4th death for the Centaur as well.
But the weird thing about the Centaur infinite scaling one is, like, you don't have to, like, do something, like, it kills, you know? Most infinite scaling is like you have to kill a hero and you'll be rewarded. This is just like, just stay in the game and we'll just give you HP. El Micho. Just at this point, he's gonna start scaling too, going straight into that Atos, and that's gonna make Ember's life a living hell. I think Ember might actually have to buy a Quelling Blade if he wants to be able to survive. So right now it's gonna be too easy.
Radiant's
Yeah,
middle tower
Trying to look for someone PP there with the invis down bottom, but
Dire's top tower.
run into him. Elmisha, no, with this lane ward actually will see PP. Of course, he's going to show in the lane anyway. And Lumpy will run down with the haste. Let's see how they're going to try and start this. Nice bushwhack into the spear, and the dismember will come out shortly. Genic can cancel this though. With the positioning from the Dark Willow, terrorize. Great timing. I mean, that is a Hail Mary sharpshooter. Never going to kill PP, but good position for the Dark Willow nonetheless.
Yeah, definitely saved his life there. He would have for sure died if we didn't have the Terrorize available by Genic, so well played by him to just buy his team a little more space. And I do believe in Ursa as a hero in general this patch, so if he's allowed to just continuously farm, you always have a shot here on the side of Infinity. Battle Fury is been up for some time. El Micho will go down. Another great kill, actually. And Ursa's Blink Dagger's online, and this is about the time where Ursa can do things. You don't have to do things, but if there just happens to be a fight nearby where you're farming, you can get a couple of cleanup kills with that Blink Dagger. Always feels nice.
A lot of stacks from the Wyvern, but East Coast 16 in total from them. Doing a lot with the 6,000 net worth lead. I see this Battle Fury though. Here is, in fact, catching up. Just a question if everyone else is going to be able to have the impact that they need, but game, it's slowing down a little bit. I mean, lead is still there, but it has not really grown importantly at the moment. It does look like they may be looking for Roche. And again, they do know that Ursa was here, considering he showed in that lane ward behind the T1 in between the T2 tower. But it doesn't seem like it's going to matter.
Yeah, that's a full Gleipnir completed for KK here. I just might just say
picked up from Lumiere.
say his name differently
Sorry,
every
say
single
that
time. Well, I'm just gonna just gonna make a different variation of his name every time.
Surely one of them has to be right eventually. We'll say right once, and then the next time we'll say wrong.
Yeah. That's my plan. Alright, Centaur has Blink. But he's been Gleipnir into silence.
And he's looking mega
dead shot.
dead. PK's forced to pop the ultimate. Meanwhile, inside the river, looks like Genic's going to go down as well.
Pike indeed got a kill there. And we got a smoke out
They going again?
Yeah. This train is not stopping. And this Ursa would be a huge kill if they can get it. He does have Aegis,
Be able to.
but
He jumps over the top. Atos can be there from Elmisha. Vitali was... You saw they wanted to try and turn to get the Ursa. Vitali was tunnel visioning for Gardic, however. So, I mean, they'll get the Winter Wyvern. They'll find a T1 tower as well as a result of this.
decent tower for Pake. That was a hook. If there's one thing of
Jump in. Hang on. Look at the damage. Lumpy. Does he even want to turn? Terrorize going to be there. Dodge with the Your Scepter. And now the response from Beast Coast. They'll bring anyone. Pake is here with the damage from Alexa. The hook off the back of the respawn. Lumpy didn't die in the initial jump. And now with him alive, gets a big kill. Almisho solos down Genic as well as now Beast Coast. When almost we saw the Pudge get blown up. Not enough damage. Currently lacking that from Infinity. And now another T1 tower will fall.
Who is this Beast Coast team, man? Like, they were playing so smooth this game. Like, everything is just on point. I don't know if it's just one of those games where, like, everything just is going right, or is this team that damn good? Because they're looking that damn good right now.
Maybe cross them out. Wyvern goes down. Top lane, Vitali. Nice timing with the Your Scepter as soon as the jump was there from Centaur and Stampede on cooldown. So There was an opportunity for them. Would have been very difficult nonetheless to go for Vitaly. They might jump back in. Atos can set up for the hook. Elmisho sidesteps so he's not going to get in the way of Lumpy. And I mean, you're saying, is this just a one game luck almost, or if this team is actually really good? And again, we've saw them, the Riyadh Masters, they were that second team to qualify. They made the run through the lower bracket and looking to try and do the same thing here in the TI qualifiers. And Lumiere might get caught. Vitaly going to continue chasing.
I don't know, like, there's something about this lumpy Pudge that's just satisfying to watch, you know?
Very entertaining. Some hooks have been funny. His playstyle has been interesting. He's got a scepter already.
Yeah, he's big. He's a big boy. He's got 7 flesh heap stacks. I have a feeling that number is going to get much larger by the end of this game. Damn, this Pudge is so farmed, and like I'm even just looking at Morta's net worth, it's even higher than Pudge.
Yeah.
But Morta just doesn't buy items that really inspire you. Whereas like Pudge, I'm like, oh, okay, Blade Mill, oh, not bad. Ags, okay, I see you. And then Eternal Shroud, like it feels like every single item he buys makes him exponentially stronger.
Radiant are scanning.
This man is not going to be easy to kill. We saw previously how difficult that attempt was. Bottom lane, free kill onto Gardic.
Rip.
Yes, indeed. They've also run into the Ember. Goes from Vitaly, sets up. Frostbite's going to be there for Moose, and now into the hook. Man, this team is just rolling. Vitaly wants to chase down Genic as well. Can he get the Blink Spear back? He might even just be able to solo kill him, in fact. I mean, this Vitaly Mars
no.
just off the range. Very, very close. Tip is not enough, but the sharpshooter is from Elmisho.
This game's absolutely beat down at this point. Like, you've ran out of tools to be able to defend yourself in this one. I think you do at least have a Blink on Centaur. You do have Wyvern's ultimate. You do have Darkwill ultimate. I think it is about time to group up the 5-man troops and try to take a surprise fight, jump the back line. You're not killing this Pudge. He's got a shield room to boot on top of an Eternal Shroud that's also going to be coming out very soon here. But maybe you can kill the backline. Maybe this CM and Hoodwink are going to be your primary targets. And even Pake here is going to be an issue too, because he has a BKB.
And even though the backline supports him, and Moose has Glimmer Cape importantly. 1500 health with the 10 talent. It drums for a little bit of stats, so Moose is not even an easy kill. Hoodwink isn't either. Looks like I should be able to get Moose here using Freezing Field to farm.
That's your target right there. That's the guy you can... He had a gem too, by the way.
That's a lot of gold. Okay, not bad. Probably your best target, honestly, considering.
Yep. By far. That's a mega kill streak. You get like 1100 gold plus the gem. That's a 2k gold swing right there. But you're still down 12k.
Well, things considering, used to see that net worth up top, and it's still not looking good.
But maybe with this gem, you can get map control back. Maybe you can chain one kill into another kill. Lots of things that potentially could happen here, but we'll see if they do.
Maybe it gives you that vision you need to be able to continue to bring the supports down in these fights. Basher is being worked on from Lumiere. It's gonna help him out with his solo kill potential, but seems like at the moment Beastcoast aren't really being able to take some objectives. 12,000 net worth lead. Let's see if they go back for top. Pake and Lumpy continuing to clump up. You got some pretty good timings though. I mean, you mentioned about the BKB from Huerta yet to be used. BKB just picked up from Vitaly. Arcane Rune for Lumpy. They want to go. Try and force a fight. Unfortunately, no defense will be had, so tier 2 tower for free. And see how fast, importantly, that Roche is going to spawn.
Yeah. I'm going to guess 47 seconds. It's going to be the spawn.
47?
Yeah.
Minute 32.
32 and 47. Okay. We'll see.
Well, they've Infinity looking like they want to try and take a fight at Dire's triangle. Double board set up. Beastcoast might just not go back. Currently glooping up as 5. Board dropped on the high ground. Anyone TP is in,
Dire's bottom tower is under
they will be dead from the hook. Lumpy is just waiting. Really need to respect this.
Yeah, one spear back or a hook. More importantly, Roche in 1 second. What? It was a 3-second respawn. Alright, Roche is up.
Roche is up, but tower's gone. Grow Bow, Hurricane Pike. Pake is hitting from so far away. Now we'll walk up the high ground. They're not even going to try and defend the barracks. They took the enemy Tormentor. Shard given over to the Centaur. EP's still trying to finish his items, but this is a full set of barracks, and it's for free. Maybe? Is it? Arcano? Looking for the jump.
Oh,
The
what a
perfect-
hook.
Again, how does he land it all through to keep Pake alive? Now it tries to turn with the Pierce the Veil. Meanwhile, the Dismember over to the left side, holding Lumi into place. It's not a bad Winter's Curse. Is it enough to get them away? Lumi is still gonna die. The Acorn shot from Elmisho, and Barrack's gonna fall as well. I have no idea how Lumpy snuck the hook through to keep the Muerta alive.
Yeah, I mean, either he hooks the Morta or the Ursa, and they'll probably save him. I think he just threw it out there and got a little lucky, but you never know. And luckily for them, Roche was a 3-second respawn, so they can just go back and do that if they want to.
Mine is truly a blessed life.
It's just one of those games where I feel like everything that can go right is going right for Beast Coast. Like, I guarantee you, if Infinity was doing this right now, this would have been like a 3-minute Roshan respawn. And they'd have to go do it, like, on Radiant. It'd be really annoying, but, like, everything's just falling into Beast Coast's laps here. They also, like, get the most ridiculous hooks I've ever seen. Maybe it's skill, maybe it's luck, who really knows, but one thing I do know at this point, the amount of times that he has hit these hooks can't be luck, right?
No, I don't know. Can't be right. What is that? Did they increase the radius with the Sethfire? I swear it was never that big. Unless the visual just looks bigger than what it used to be.
I mean, the radius doesn't increase with the axe, but
I just didn't know it increased that much.
I just think that cosmetic maybe makes it look a little more pronounced.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, it looks pretty normal to me.
Okay, never mind.
I mean,
I've got this weird feeling about Lumpy's Punch. Like, it's been good, but there's been some weird moments. But it's not like at weird moments where it's cost them the game. It's just like, I don't know how to word it.
I mean, this is a man that takes the expression, like, you miss every shot you don't take, you know? He's just taking a lot of shots, and some of them hit, some of them don't.
Itali?
But he hits the shots that he needs to.
Oh, you didn't get the stun.
But BKB fell.
Yourceptor's going to be able to prevent the Stampede away. They're sticking around to take the fight on Infinity, but you're going to be down a Centaur, potentially down an Ursa as well. The initial jump was onto Vitali, but with his arena, it's going to say maybe gets Lumi. It will. Lumpy. Well, he chucks this hook out this time, and he's going to be rewarded. Drags back the Ursa. So the start onto Vitali. Messy one. We have not seen this Centaur work from them.
Not yet. I mean, he definitely has to end up getting some really good initiations. And Centaur, in general, as a hero, needs to have a good laning stage. And he needs to get very farmed. Without those couple of factors, it's going to be very difficult for him to play the game. But luckily for him, the raw hide is still working. He's just got to keep surviving. Every 2 minutes at a time, he will get stronger.
See if he's going to be able to get stronger or not.
As long as the game doesn't end, he will get stronger.
Lumpy?
He's got a cheese. He's just sitting on the cheese right now. He's trying to bait people in with the cheese.
It's gone? Oh. Dude, okay. Far out, man. The confidence from Lumpy. Another Tali as well with a spear. I mean, they are just playing on an edge, but they know their limits to perfection by the looks of it on Beast Coast. Terrorize going to come out, Stampede off the back, the buyback, but they're going to be able to get down to the low ground. Arcana with a jump in, but Pake's going to be able to respond. Lumpy lines up the hook. There needs to be a follow-up. They'll stop the Dismember. In fact, it wasn't even used. Back up in a couple seconds, and the arena from Vitali holds all three into place. Lumia is going to try and do whatever he can. They're targeting down the Pudge, who still has Dismember. Lumia can't even get a right click off. Beast Coast just annihilates Infinity in this game one. It was not even close. 31-minute GG in the end.
Yeah, it was definitely a rough one. We're seeing some outclasses so far in this day number 1 of 55 damage, you know, critting. It's not really like super good, but you can see the charges amp up for him right now, and he gets to run at 412 move speed right now in the smoke.
He's zooming already?
He's zooming.
So let's see if Infinity can pull something out of the bag here, because last game was quite Beast Coast favored. Bit of a different style overall with their draft, and we'll see. I mean, if he's going to be able to scout at the observable at mid lane though. You mentioned though you felt like your draft last game pretty solid for Beast Coast overall. How do we feel like this game though, comparing between the two? Do we feel like it's much more even?
Let's see here. Mid lane, Zeus for Slash. I think that's fairly even, slightly Zeus favored. The off lane, you're going to have Pango. Against Jug, CM. I feel like that lane should be pretty even as well. And then on the safe lane, I don't know. I feel like this Weaver Ogre might just decimate this bottom lane. And then you also don't have a Weaver answer in this game, which worries me. So I definitely think Beast Coast outdrafted him again. It's not like a super hard outdraft.
Was that intentional?
Maybe like a 60-40 advantage in the draft. It's definitely sizable, I would say, in the draft. But not like a 80-20 or something.
What's like the path to success for Infinity though? What are they looking for that needs to kind of go right early on?
They need to make sure this Lesh doesn't just feed, because it looks like a really hard Lesh game to me. Like, you're playing into the Swarm, you're playing into like all Zeus spells, you're playing into Rolling Thunder. So you have to find a way to make, you know, PP shine.
Is there any items that he can go down? I mean, Bloodstone is a very common route. Is this like an...
There's only one build for this hero. It's nothing you can really do outside of that. It's just the Bloodstone Lush track. Maybe Eternal Shroud. It's a lot of magic damage here.
Let's see what PP can do. I mean, importantly, Lesh does kind of have some heroes to back him up. I mean, Crystal Maiden to amp him up with magic. I mean, some say with the Shadow Demon, but really they're not like the best ones. We've seen the Ire, of course, in the past. We have a lot of success. You know, we've seen heroes like the Oracle as well.
Right.
We'll see what PP is going to be able to do with the Lesh.
They got Healing Ward. That's going to be pretty critical this game. But then again, like, Weaver is really good versus Juggernaut just for many reasons. One of them is, like, you can kill the ward pretty easily because you're, like, this hasted here. Oh, level 2 moves. We talked about it. The Swarm has been unleashed with the level 2 Ignite. And I think he's just gonna, I don't know, get eaten to death by the bugs here.
Kill them!
Saddest.
Kill them! Okay, they decide. I thought they were going to expire. Okay, 16 seconds. I was worried for a second. I mean, now the Brewmaster.
I mean, you're kind of seeing why I think this bottom lane is going to be, like, devastation.
Doesn't look like it's... At least you... Okay, you have the hard camp. That is your potentially the saving grace here. So yeah. Gennik's going to be able to reposition with the Equilibrium. Top lane, Gardic almost going down. Healing Ward from Lumi is going to keep him healthy. Now even trying to turn back into Elmish, showing this might be our first blood with the Blade Form. Not wanting to go into the tower, though.
I mean, he had a 6 wand and a Fairy Fire, so... If he would have went... Oh, okay, that's damage right there. That is
dude,
a
this
lot
shield
of damage.
crash is Yeah, I don't know. This fell early on.
Yeah, it gets buffed up by 50%, was it? With the facet?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there it
I
is.
don't know. It's just a lot of damage.
It can be up to 25% or 50. And the barrier can
So
be
it's just a
increased by
roll?
50%. No, you can jump. Like, you know, have you played Super Mario before? You get a double jump. You literally just press it twice, and you in the air you jump a second time.
Okay.
It's literally double jump. So you can get more distance on it if you want.
80 mana as well. Spamming it out. They both have stick, at least for Gardic and Lumiere, but I mean, you see the top lane, a lot of pressure being put on. We saw that bottom lane as well, a lot of pressure. Really, that hard camp pull, I think, helped out a lot. We're going to try and cast some spells onto the Brewmaster. Brew's okay, though.
Misha's for sure dead here.
Even bottom lane as well, Moose is taking a lot of damage. Genic trying to stack up the poison, but it means that the Weaver is just having a free fight. I mean, Pake can spellcast and right click without there being concern, so a couple kills across the board.
Alright. On top lane, didn't quite catch it, but there was also... Vitali actually just missed his shield crash. It's a little janky to use, right? Because you are double jumping. And he kind of just missed it on the jug, where he could have got a return kill on old Misha. But in the end, he won't.
Okay.
What's he doing over there? Water rune?
Yeah, and had to jump up because the stun connector from the Lesh.
Yeah.
He's doing a really good job. I mean, Lumpy, of course, is farming well. Top lane, Gardic will go down.
We're just getting started.
It's the shield crash. This is the most annoying part about Dark Willow. Just her right clicks. I mean, be careful with your healing ward. He can snipe that. Okay. He thought about it. But he got scared. He thought he was going to get spun on. But yeah, normally you can just press W and kill that healing ward pretty easily.
I'd actually go for the kill into her instead.
Gardic is going to die in exchange.
Vitali's also going to be able to run down Gardic, so it'll be a 1-for-1. Oh, died to the neutrals, in fact.
Yeah. That's rough. I mean, this Jug might be in a little bit of trouble here, actually. That damage is real. He's got an urn already. So it looks like getting kills, even if a neutral kills a hero, you still get urn charges. So that's nice, I guess.
I feel like a lot of people have had the opinion for a while that offlane Pango is not very strong, and I don't know if this has changed with Universal, with it being a bit of a difference, but I keep seeing him have a decent lane so far. Mim on the river, PP. Denies the room, but eats some spells. A Thunder Gauntlet to the face as PP goes down.
I mean, I think the best way to think about the game now is just you don't know anything anymore, you know? Everything that was a counter or not a counter, it just isn't the same anymore, because there's just been so many changes to every hero that like it's just at a state where like nobody knows. There's no absolutes anymore. This new double jump shield crash like technology completely changes the hero, right? Like you get 50% more barrier, 50% more damage. So now all of a sudden, like, Brew's gonna go down. Like this matchup that supposedly used to be really bad, it's good now. And that's just because there's just been so many changes to the game that a lot of these like old counters or heroes that used to not be good, they're just good. And I think Pango's one of them. Like he has
Mid lane, PP.
not again.
They're gonna actually have the damage though. Looks like not the case. I mean, the cooldowns with Lightning Bolt and Arc Lightning, not enough for them to get the kill to PP.
But it kind of shows you the issue he has in this game. Like, all right, I mean, he caught Zeus here on cooldown, but he's got a TP from Vitali here, so he's gonna go back. And they're just gonna contest some stacks. This Pake is already here, making sure they get nothing here. And this Brew is definitely struggling a bit down in this bot lane. We're not gonna see a fast Radiance off this game.
Not at all. Gardic Rotation from Vitali. Kill for Lumpy.
I mean, the more I think about it, Pango just might be an offlaner now and no longer a mid laner. Maybe it's still playable in the mid lane, but since you're primarily playing around your shield crash now and not your swashbuckle, I think that style is much more suited when you're playing against 2 heroes instead of 1, right?
Okay.
'Cause
Let's see if he. I know he. Sorry, go.
No, I was just gonna say, like, it's like the more heroes you hit with shield crash, the more barrier you get, and that's like the whole point of this facet.
Misha. Smoke and Lumi is actually involved in the smoke. They are bringing. They carry Juggernaut in, who will see how much value he's actually going to have. I mean, this is so much time wasted if Lumi is not going to be able to get a kill. They'll run into Lumpy, but
What is
what's
going on? Yeah, I don't. This does not look like
This-
where you want to be as a Juggernaut.
no, not at all. I mean, Gardic as well. This is just a. I don't know. This is an absolute crazy play. They're not going to get any kills. He's losing a full wave onto the tower. And now, dude, Moose, I don't know if that was a solo kill or if Pake did a bunch of damage to the Brewmaster, but Moose also gets the kill onto the Brew at the triangle. They're going to go for PP. Like, what is... This is just one thing to the next, to the next. Everyone is dying across the map. Elmisha and Vitali together.
Jug
Banishment is at
TP.
least going to be able to stop... Lumia TP mid!
Oh no!
Is he going to be able to get the kill with the Blade Fury damage? TP
He's out!
What in the world is going on? They're going to get moves, right? They must. They surely will.
And they got bot tower
okay.
too.
I have... There's a lot of questions on some things. But Vitali's back in and they're not done. I mean, Lumpy, full resources to work with. Pake's going to rotate from bottom. Gardic's gone. Shadow Demon's next as well. It is just an uncontrollable snowball. Once it starts rolling down the hill, Eddie's not
Jug has no
stopping.
TP.
Lumiere, he's in a lot of danger, and they know this. With him TPing mid previously, Blade Fury still on cooldown. The other issue is Elmisha not having any stuns anymore, and they will not catch up to him. But shit, some crazy stuff has just happened recently. Sequence of events heavily favoring Beast Coast.
Yeah, I think it'll get you every single time. The fact that Juggernaut's spin hard dispels you now when it ends. He tried to time it so he could use the Cursed Crown on the Juggernaut when the spin ended to get him stunned, but it hard dispelled that, so you are not going to be doing that. And Big Daddy Moose is coming back in here, throwing some fire at them, dewarding their high ground. You're only level 5 on the Shadow Demon. You'd love to have a Purge right now. But you don't got it. You'd love to have
might
freezing
just force out a split down bottom. This is going to be able to.
Yeah, he
solo-
will.
I mean, maybe Genic is here. You gotta be quick, Thunder Gods! Oh my god, he got it off.
What? Wait, what? Was that, he canceled the primal split with the
hang on. Yeah,
disruption? I mean, he saved him from wasting primal.
oh, okay.
It's like, no, buddy, I got you.
I looked away. I thought he used it.
Oh.
Well, such a weird game. Top tower goes down. Mid tower is about to be sieged by a Zeus.
Yeah, they lost all 3 lanes again, and this is what happens. I guess mid didn't technically lose, but the way that the supports are playing around mid, it's for all intents and purposes lost. And yeah, the Slusher.
God, he's gonna give up the kill.
Yeah, he's done.
Sorry, what about the Lesh?
I'm just trying to find avenues for this hero to like fight. Like, what's he gonna run into? This ogre's nukes? And then he's gonna get greeted with a bedlam, and I'm just naming supports right now. That already sounds scary. I'm throwing the Zeus and the Pango and the Weaver hitting you too. Like, how are you gonna survive this?
Question: how are you going to survive this? How's the Brew going to survive this? 2100 gold saved up, looking to pretty much rush the Radiance. Can't even show himself bottom. No one can show themselves across the map.
You got to do a jug soon here and just kind of like sneak in where you can to get the farm. But it's definitely going to be another one of those games where the map is going to be Beast Coast unless you want to run a smoke gank, or if Beast Coast overcommit and you can bring some teleports in and bring a numbers advantage here. But the ball isn't Beast Coast's court right now. All they have to do is not overplay their hand. And this game is going about as well as it could go for them.
Just aggressively farming in Infinity's jungle, taking whatever you want across the map. No concerns for them with this current game set, and really importantly as well, for the map control, you're going to be able to secure power runes for the Zeus, so we'll see Lumpy be able to continue to play active depending on what rune he gets.
We finally got our level 6s on the supports now too. Just shy of 14 minutes.
Again, bottom, they're going to force probably the split out. And this is Weaver into the Brewmaster has always been such a devastating answer to him. Lane game, so frustrating. It's another split down.
It's definitely a bit of a rough one here, but they just have to stem the bleeding to the best of their ability here. Drag the game out. Good news is Jug is farming. Like, he has good farm, he has good levels. It's really just the supports and Brewmaster this game that are super struggling. Whereas on the side of Beast Coast, not a single hero here is struggling. In fact, I would say they're all thriving. Maybe Moose isn't thriving, but he's doing pretty well himself. For an ogre, that is.
PP tries to dance over the bramble, but my god!
That's 5 heroes behind your tier 2.
15 minutes in, and they have all that burst potential to be able to go that deep.
And to answer, well, I guess I'm not answering a question, but to furthermore cement the point of Leshrac feeling like a piece of paper against this lineup, that pretty much encapsulates it right there. That one play.
And like you were saying before, Lumier's farming. I'm incredibly surprised at actually how high up he is in net worth, considering what we saw in the early game with some of the movements to mid. But he's doing a really good job to be able to get the camps up top and do it safely and farm the wave. But it is a really, really long road for them to even recover this game and make it even, let alone get the victory.
It's definitely not going to be easy, but it is going to come off the back of this Juggernaut hard carrying the shit out of this game if they do want to win. Because as good of a Leshrac player PP might be, it's just the odds are stacked against him on this one, unfortunately. And he doesn't have the net worth. Brewmaster, luckily for Brewmaster, he, even without farm, can press R, and he's still a relatively strong hero, right?
Olin, Vitali, looking to try and respond to the two-man smoke from Infinity. Yannick not actually going to go down to the combo. Now with the Frostbite sets up for the Omnislash, Vitali tries to get the shield crash mitigation, but it doesn't matter. Lumpy does have a haste, should be able to get the finishing blow onto Gardic. So we're 2 for 2, but all the kills you needed. Jug gets involved, Leshrac's going to be okay, slides out of danger. Brewmaster continuing to farm.
Yeah, we take those. Look where he's farming. It's like, you realize, like, he's losing waves under his tier 2, but he's like, get PK away from me. I just don't want to be anywhere near this Weaver. I'm going to go farm in the most ridiculous spot of the map here. Try and get something out of it. And he is up to the Relic. I mean, this is a no boots Relic rush. Radiance will probably be online, and at this pace, maybe 2 more minutes. Slowly but surely, he is farming up.
Have the higher ground ward, so they see Moose. They also see Almisho. Stun connects onto 2. Vitali without the Rolling Thunder is not really going to be able to disrupt them. And finally, first Brewmaster ulti used aggressively, but PK will respond. They'll deal with the Leshrac, the main damage source inside the team fight. And now the attempt, it looked good to start with the stun.
They're killing the Brewlings.
It's not even going to matter in the end. Brewlings will die and fall. The start looked great. You have this high ground ward. You see 2 supports posturing too aggressively, but it just doesn't matter. Beast Coast showcase how far they really are ahead.
I mean, this Ogre has a mech. Like, Leshrac committed his body to kill Moose. And then after that, just died. Just to AoE abilities, honestly. And PK comes in with the Deso. Got his first 2 charges there. I mean, it could have been 4, but he was just out of range of that Brewmaster kill. Didn't actually get a charge for that, which is a little sad. 2 damage he'll never get back. Okay, he probably will. Next fight or something. But this is kind of how you want to play this build. There's a couple of builds you can do on Weaver. One is the Deso route, where you go for Shard, and you play really in their face. The other ones you play a little further back with Gleipnir. But you want to get active with the Deso. It's kind of like when TA buys Deso too. If you really think about how Deso works and how Dota works in general, like the early mid game, people die a lot, right? It's very, very common. But if you ever get a late Desolator, the game slows down, right? You don't seem to get many kills. So you really want to get early Desos and translate that into early fighting. And with this Aegis, that's definitely going to help them get there too.
How do you read when it is right for your long distance Gleipnir and when it's the kind of the Deso early Shard route that you want?
Well, you'll kind of like just have to have some game sense when it comes to like, can I run up into their face and not die? And in this game, typically when you're ahead, it's easier, right? And as you can see how they've been playing so aggressively, this is the better build of the Weaver builds. It's just greedier and it's harder to pull off. But if you're this far ahead, going for the Deso build makes a lot of sense because he can just run up into there and just one-shot their supports with the Shard plus Deso here. And plus, also depends on your team. Yeah, he's just dead.
Board, PP. Oh, look at the burst potential. Yannick doesn't even have a hope of using the banishment. Vitaly comes crashing in and up bottom. They're already setting up. Peik, he's killed top tower, looking for bottom. 3 remaining heroes from Infinity. He comes to pincer movement. They're going to be able to backstab. Vitaly will run into the Brewmaster on the retreat. Will be able to activate the ultimate to the left side. Gardic should be able to tick out to the damage over time. At least the Brewlings this time will escape by the looks of it.
I mean, these are defensive Brewmaster ultimates. Not really ideal. I mean, will he survive when he just comes out? Like, the Brewlings survived, but his life, on the other hand, is on forfeit. And now Lemire has decided to take the spot on the map where the Brewmaster... Honestly, that's been the happy place for Infinity. Just Radiant's jungle. Because they're not going to go back there. They're winning the game too hard. They're going to play on your side. How do you win a team fight? That's like the real question. And I just don't have an answer for it. Because maybe BKB on Lesh. Maybe. This might be the item that can really help him. But like you're playing into... There's an answer for no matter what he does. Like this is just such a terrible Lesh game. They picked this hero way too early, I think. And they didn't even pick heroes that really make this hero succeed either. Like, he only has 4 deaths, but we see like Lesh is a sustained hero. The longer he stays alive, the more damage he does. It's not burst damage. And he just can't stay alive in this game because he has been thoroughly counterpicked. All 3 cores are really good against this Lesh rack.
Oh, Lumiere. They're just going to take up the Omni Slash, and Lumiere should be able to make it. What? Oh my god, the crits from Peik.
Dude, I actually wonder if Moo's going in for that one right click that killed him was the difference maker. If that TP went off or not. It would have looked really stupid if he ran in there, hit him once, died, and Lemire escaped, right? But because he didn't, I'm sure he's justifying himself. Like, that one right click I did there to give my life was the difference maker of that TP going off or not. I mean, for his story, I'm going to say yes, that one right click was the deal breaker.
Yeah, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Good job. Good job, Muse. Great read.
Great calculations.
This was charges racking up. Peik. I have got a confirmation. It is actually Pike. You were right.
Pike.
Did ask last round, and I mean, yeah, your initial guess was right. So we'll go back to Pike now. So the whole series was saying Peik.
Peik.
We'll just confuse people more. Peik, Pike, Pike, Peik. We'll just say them all.
Yeah.
Come up with something else there.
I was having more fun not knowing. Kind of ruined my fun.
shrink the map, close him in, 16,000 net worth lead. It has been another masterclass performance, honestly, from Beast Coast. I mean, there was a bit of an interesting early game, but their movements from them, Piker active, has been down bottom and preventing the Brewmaster from farming, the supports playing with the Vitali Pango. Beast Coast lineup looking very good.
Yeah, it's been clinical earlier. It just feels like they've just entirely dismantled Infinity in this series so far. But there is still some potential here with this Juggernaut. He is very farmed. If he can get level 18 and get a perfect Omni Slash, that might be an avenue. But do you have the time? No. It's just 3 heroes trying to defend. You know, Juggernaut's farming, Brew is farming in this happy place down in the bot lane. The only good memories Brewmaster has had has been down there on the Radiant jungle.
Minding his own business, hitting creeps. He comes back, we're gonna see him die. He TP'd back.
Don't come back, man. There's nothing but despair here. Go live in your ignorant bliss down on the Radiant jungle.
Sniped one courier. Okay, doesn't want the second. Never mind.
Alright, Jug is now going to that happy area. They can't hurt you down there.
How long is this happy area going to be happy for? They are coming, but looks like he's fine. Trying to smoke his 5. So they are a bit split on Beast Coast. See if they run into anyone.
Oh, Zeus one for the Yashikaya. Interesting. I really tried to think about it. Well, I didn't really try that hard, but I wanted to think about like what heroes can really abuse this Yashikaya. Obviously, Shadowfiend was the first thing that came to mind, but I wonder if there's any other hero in Dota that can kind of abuse this. Maybe it's kind of cool on Leshrac for your stun. It'd just be like a lot faster. I don't know. But does that really warrant buying a Yasha on Leshrac to have a faster stun?
Probably. Is the attack speed just the main thing for the Zeus? I mean, of course, the spell amp and everything else is nice, but because he went the shard, which I was a bit surprised. Like, I mean, I haven't seen a lot of Zeuses at the moment. But yeah, he bought the shard, so interesting.
PTP told me it's good on Ember Storm. Okay, I could see that. But I think SF's the real breadwinner on that one. I feel like that item was... I don't know, apparently. I can't verify it. That's just word on the street.
Patrick needs to see the Media Hammer Storm build. That's the build.
Yeah, I mean
that's where it's at.
That is the build. You don't even use the Meteor Hammer, right? You just abuse the mana region.
It might just roll in. Try and get the jump with the banishment. Genic will be there in time, but of course Genic is just dead from a couple of stuns from Vitali. And now Leshrac, I mean, BKB used defensively, and you are so happy with what you've got, and now you can go back up the high ground. Lesh is not going to be able to enter any of these fights if they occur.
All right, Juggernaut, he has picked up an invisibility rune, and he has TP'd back to base. But he does have invisibility right now, so maybe he can walk on up and Omni Slash. I don't know. Who is he gonna Omni Slash? I guess it has to be the Rolling Thunder. But they're smoking out. This could potentially be the last fight of the game if it goes poorly for Infinity.
Did they even run into anyone though? It's crazy. Off on another side of the map, they've got Roche up. 30 seconds. They will run into moves by the looks of it. I think they got a glimpse of him coming up the stairs. 2,000 health they have to go through, but it looks like they should be able to deal with PP and Lumini in combination together.
I mean, Lemir's done a really good job this game, just getting his farm. I do respect that. Like, he's same net worth as all the cores on Beast Coast right now. Rolling Thunder forced out, and they're just gonna back. This could be an overextension potentially. Or maybe it's just a free CM kill.
Yep, looks like a free CM kill. Should be a D-ward inside the base as well. They got a glimpse of Cardic dropping that one down, so back to their side of the map they go. That'll teach them from crossing the river.
We'll see if Pike is going to go for the barracks up here. Or maybe he just wants the Brewmaster's life. Oh, he needs MKB.
Yeah.
He might be regretting this Daedalus choice here after what just happened there. But I'd be okay with just like a casual crit and then getting MKB. But I think he may have committed. Yeah, he committed to the Daedalus, so he won't be hitting Brewmaster, but all the other heroes will die very quickly. I mean, this Leshrac is just like paper. This is
I'm looking
Daedalus.
away from this. I despise when people do that.
What happened?
Zeus is just spamming lightning bolt. You know, the sound of
Oh, the ults, like animation canceling it?
the ult, even the light. Yeah, I mean both. Both
I
are
see.
incredibly loud and obnoxious. I just look away. It's alright. I'm not gonna look at you. Genic. Oh my. Oh my.
Wait, what? Was he full HP?
Yeah, full HP. Didn't even need the Nimbus.
Yeah. How can Pango do that much damage? I don't understand. No, I'm really happy that the fact this Pango doesn't buy Diffusal Blade anymore. I was so tired of it.
Yo, at least that's good spirit. At least you don't mind the fact that Pango is back in the meta after a week of it not being here. You just, you know, you're just happy at least it's not going Diffusal. It's going a different build.
Yeah.
I respect it.
I mean, the thing is, like, I think Pango is getting its time in the sun. I think all offlaners wanted to play Pango, right? But every single mid laner just took it away from them. And I think they found a way to give offlaners, you know, they haven't got to play Pango in a long time. They've been so envious that Pango's been in the meta and their mid laners going to play Pango every game, but they want to play Pango. So I think they found a way to put Pango back in the offlane, and it's going a different item build than the normal, so it's different, and I think that's a net win.
Okay.
The problem is if
Until
they
we see
nerf
Pango
it,
every game.
yeah, sure, but like at least it's going different skill builds, item builds, and everything. It's a different type of thing.
EP. We've seen the burst potential previously. They're going to try and use the Nimbus onto Genic to mini stun him to stop the banishment. Really nicely done. Lumpy's spell casting has been on point. Very crafty with that attempt. And meanwhile, Lumiere and Gardic are outside the base, but Lumiere, he can't get on the high ground to use any of his slashes. Lumpy will jump down, eat the crits. Cheese is going to be consumed. Lunky's okay. And Lumiere is gone. G's are going to be caught before the death. Infinity will tap out and beastcoast dismantle Infinity, not in just game one, but also game two as well. This team is looking very clean.
Yeah, I looked at the rosters and I honestly thought